Welcome to Clarity Currents, the secret podcast with me, Danielle Laura, where I share weekly channeled messages about the energetics of the week and the areas of opportunity so you know how to work with the energy rather than in resistance to it and know how to leverage it for your highest level good in your business, relationships, health, wealth, spirituality, and legacy. This is Clarity Currents episode for the week of June 16th through the 22nd, 2025. Let's dive in. When I tune into the overall energetics of the week, I see this raging ocean suddenly become calm into these still waters, and this beam of golden light pierces through the clouds. This is a week of emotional purification and integration, where the chaos of the past few weeks finally gives way to clarity. But right before, it stirs up what's unspoken or unresolved. Early in the week, emotions may run high. You may even feel on edge or defensive, maybe like some old wounds are kind of getting packed and poked in on purpose. This is just a spiritual detox. Let it all rise so that you can move into reclamation. That is what this week is all about. Let your feelings speak and then let them soothe. The magic of this week lies in the pausing and asking, what truth is emerging through this discomfort? By the weekend, the energy shifts dramatically and we may feel a groundedness and an emotional comfort if we're willing to surrender to control and soften into the self-honoring. Business for the week of June 16th. When I tune into the energetics of business this week, I see a blueprint being redrawn mid-construction. So some plans have changed, but the foundation is still strong. Right? So as I said, this is a week of recalibration. And if you've been feeling like something just isn't clicking in your work, trust your intuition on that. The path forward wants to be grounded in practicality and integrity, not fantasy or any sort of outdated templates. Ask yourself, what parts of my business feel heavy or chaotic right now? Where have I been avoiding structure out of fear that it would restrict me? What would happen if I got wildly honest about what needs to change now? This is a week to be clear, clean, and courageous. The future of your business is waiting on your precision. Relationships for the week of June 16th. When I tune into the energetics of relationships this week, I see a mirror being wiped clean after a storm, revealing both your reflection and the person in front of you. This is an invitation to see clearly. What's projection versus what's the truth? It feels like a week where emotional triggers are likely, especially around feeling potentially unseen or unsupported, even emotionally unsafe. But the breakthrough is here too. Ask yourself, where have I been shrinking to stay emotionally safe? Where am I avoiding vulnerability in the name of peace? The healing conversation you've been avoiding may surface. Don't run, but rather lean in with love and with honesty. Your relationships are ready to evolve if you are. Health for the week of June 16th. When I tune into the energetics of health this week, I see a vision of a pool being cleaned and filtered from all the debris that fell into it, and it leaves it totally pristine and clear again. This is a week of energetic detox and spiritual clarity, especially through the mind-body connection. You may notice increased sensitivity to certain foods or environments, emotional fatigue or tension headaches. You might even notice a deep craving for stillness, water, or nature. The invitation is to ask, what is no longer serving your system and what routines support your sovereignty? This is a powerful week for cleansing, body, mind, and your space. So honor your need for quiet, nourishment, and movement that grounds you. Think slow walks, Epsom salt baths, and gentle stretching over high intensity. Wealth for the week of June 16th. When I tune into the energetics of wealth this week, I see a garden with deep roots, but new shoots are just beginning to break through the soil. The message is that your financial shift is coming, but only to the degree that you're rooted in truth and alignment. You may be reevaluating financial dreams and asking yourself, was that vision built on fantasy or faith? This is a week to review budgets with clarity, reconnect to your long-term wealth vision, not just the next win. And you can ask yourself, What am I ready to grow with devotion and not with desperation? That energetic tweak will change everything. And by the weekend, there's a spotlight on abundance coming through comfort, intimacy, and emotional safety. So let yourself feel wealthy now by creating beauty in the present moment. Spirituality for the week of June 16th. When I tune into the energetics of spirituality this week, I see a celestial staircase made of light, but each step only becomes visible after you take the one before it. So this is a week of faith in motion. You may receive profound insights midweek, but only if you're tuned in through silence, ceremony, or prayer. There may also be some spiritual tests. Are you committed to your path, or are you just attached to the idea of it? Let yourself be realigned. Return to daily practices that anchor you into truth, not just the noise all around you. Even just 5 minutes of stillness can initiate a huge soul shift. Recommended tools for this week are water rituals, intuitive journaling, and calling on your angels to reveal what's unseen. And a legacy for the week of June 16th. When I tune into the energetics of legacy this week, I see a lighthouse beaming through dense fog. You're being asked to shine steadily, even when clarity hasn't fully returned. The fog is clearing, and you get to trust that your presence is going to anchor it all in. Ask yourself, what am I being called to build that transcends my own lifetime? Where am I still hiding, waiting for certainty before I act? The vision is still forming, but your alignment must lead. You don't need the full map to take the next step. Trust that your soul knows the way. Speak, write, build, serve, anchor into that frequency, because your legacy isn't later, it's now. There you have it, Hot Soul, your intuitive forecast for the week. Wishing you a week of embodied truth, divine breakthroughs, and grounded abundance. Until next week.